Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Kiev Major Qualifier, Southeast Asia region. Just had to turn your mic on there. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
How
I'm
you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I'm doing good.
Did you?
Because
Did
I'm a 100% predictor.
God, I really should not have hopped into this casting chair with you. You're just gonna be. I feel like it's gotten so real now, like the competition. You know what I
Of
mean?
course, the players are out competing, and us casters are here competing our own
Yeah.
at our own game. Yeah,
I'm losing.
I'm winning.
That's good. All right, let's get into the game right now and see who's going to be the winners and losers of this match. Execration facing off against Faceless. I'll ask you right now then, predictions before the draft. Who's going to win?
I'm gonna go faceless.
I think that's a pretty safe one. We'll talk a little bit about what the situation is between these two teams. Team Faceless have not dropped a game yet. They haven't even really looked like they were ever in danger. They looked maybe a little bit sketchy against Clutch Gamers, the very first game of the qualifiers, but besides that, they've looked solid. And Execration, most likely, unless they're able to take a win here and win out the rest of their games, they're probably going to drop as well.
Yeah, definitely. And they actually, who did they play earlier today? This is the exact same opening they had. Actually, didn't they play Clutch Gamers today?
They
No,
did
sorry.
not. They played. Where is it?
Mineski?
Have we really had this many games? Oh my god.
I mean, there was a million
They
games.
played Rex. They played RRQ
10 seconds
and
remaining.
Oh no, I'm
they
talking
played
about
Bazaar.
I'm talking about Faceless for today.
Faceless
5
played
seconds remaining.
Clutch Gamers. God, I am so out of it. It's been a long one.
Execration.
They played
Turn
Geek Fam.
to
Geek
pick.
Fam was the one that they played.
They actually almost lost the game to Geek Fam.
Yeah.
That's what happened because Geek Fam snuck up a last pick meepo against them, even into a Winter Wyvern.
Right.
The game was looking rough for them, and they managed to pull
10
through. And that's
seconds
what
remaining.
experience does for you.
And in case you guys didn't happen to catch that game, it was a really cool one. They ended up sticking the
Radiant
Meepo
team
mid
pick.
first, and then after he got his level 3, they moved him into the jungle and they stuck Teehee mid on a silencer. So they had like this sort of position
right. That's what happened.
2.5 Meepo and a 2.5 silencer, and it was very awkward, but it was cool, and it
10
almost won them the
seconds
game.
remaining.
But this one's going to be looking different. Magnus and Shadow Fiend is an opener.
5
This is,
seconds remaining.
This is a Dota 1 combination, but I don't know if we're gonna see a Blink Dagger on the Shadow
Reserve
Fiend
time.
because the old combination was Blink RP and then Blink Requiem.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we're gonna see that though, but still a really strong combination. You don't really have to be on top of the RP. You can let the Magnus skewer him back into you.
It sort of feels as if the
Execration's
Aghanim
turn to
Scepter,
pick.
Blink Dagger, Shadow Fiend builds have dropped away more to the favor of like an early Dragon Lance and trying to just be the
Shadow,
right click.
Shadow Blade.
Yeah.
For sure.
Although I do still like it, and I think it's especially Aghanim's is maybe a little bit
10
underrated because
seconds
of all the
remaining.
extra damage you get with your talent. Whoa!
Wow, the huge Magnus
Radiant
wombo
team
combo.
pick.
Although to be fair, it is very good against Alchemists too.
I think that's probably the main thing,
Yeah,
right?
it's definitely the main thing. But actually, I was gonna say that Rubik Ancient Apparition wasn't exactly the
10
strongest of
seconds
duo
remaining.
supports, but it's actually not bad.
5
I think Chilling
seconds
Touch is
remaining.
underrated, and whoever they pair like whatever carry they pair up with, like if anyone gets
Reserve
lifted,
time.
probably gonna take enough damage to die.
And do you think that this could be like a Rubik Magnus duel offlane at all, where you like lift and then skewer back under tower, or is
I think that's too gimmicky. I don't
that's-
think it's gonna
okay.
work anyways.
Okay.
I don't think Faces are gonna fall for it.
Yeah.
They'll probably keep the lane, back far enough to the point where something like that will probably not happen.
I mean, it's just a little bit interesting to me that they're revealing so early the Magnus pick, particularly with the CM there and an Ogre. Maybe the Ogre pick means that they expect him to be going mid and helping out the Alchemist, and so they feel like they can get away with possibly a little bit greedier of an offlane Magnus. I still think it's greedy. Do you think it is, or is it kind of viable enough?
I think it's viable.
Execration's
just-
turn to ban.
It's gonna turn out to be one of those. Either if the lane isn't going well for you, you just max in power, you start hitting jungle creeps. And if you are doing okay, then great. I mean, we've seen Ice 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 do it time and time again.
10
He was
seconds
laning.
remaining.
I forgot what game he was playing Magnus again in, but
5 seconds
he just completely
remaining.
stomped his lane as
Yeah.
Magnus. He 1v3'd.
But that is Ice Ice Ice.
It is Ice Ice Ice. That is true.
Reserve
I
time.
mean, he'll do that on frickin' Nyx Assassin.
Yep.
So, last couple of bands coming out. The Clockwork was the pick. Trying to figure out what else they might end up running out next. I like the idea of. I feel like they already have so much magic damage on Execration that the Shadow Fiend just being there as that bulky
Radiant
presence in the
team
mid
back.
lane is already going to be a good amount of right click. Could
They should go more though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Juggernaut. Oh wait, Juggernaut's banned.
PA with the mag?
A PA is actually PA is actually not bad. I think Ursa is
10
also
seconds
decent.
remaining.
God, I hate that hero though. I really do. I'm not gonna lie.
5 seconds remaining.
There's a classic anti-mage, but I don't know if that's necessarily a hero or that great against an alchemist
Reserve
either.
time.
I think Anti-Mage is also decent, but I don't think you want to wait that long for him to come online. I
Radiant
think you just go
team
for
pick.
something that could fight earlier, which is why, as much as you hate it, Ursa is definitely
Yeah, in the
An
potential
option.
for a pool. I feel like the other thing here is if you're Execration, you know you're going up against Faceless. If you lose this game, you're out.
10
You might be
seconds
more willing to
remaining.
try a cheesy strat against them.
well. Faceless need a
5
black
seconds
hero,
remaining.
and I would prefer to see a ranged carry.
Reserve time.
Not exactly sure what a great one is right now. They do ban out the Clinks. At this point, it seems like everyone really respects the Faceless Clinks.
I mean, could they go like a morph lane? Is that too weird?
I don't think you want to have two heroes get countered out by an Ancient Apparition.
Oh, that's a great point. What am I talking about?
I don't ever
Sorry.
see Black play Venge carry, but I think Venge carry is very good here as well. Maybe they will go into Gyrocopter. I think Gyrocopter, they ran it earlier today, is also an option.
Would be a nice answer for high ground defense as well if it comes to something like that. Already an alchemist on your team, you might run into more trouble pushing out the lanes. And then paired with
10
Clockwork, it's a
seconds
pretty nice
remaining.
combo as well. Look at you go. Aosin prediction god.
Execration's turn
Well,
to
to be
pick.
fair, they ran this today, so I.
Don't
Didn't-
sell yourself short. Just take it. Just go for
You're
it.
right. You're right. You're right. Prediction god. 13-0. Oh wait, this doesn't count because I'm not on panel.
I know, that's the problem.
10
There's like
seconds
500
remaining.
people in the second channel. You special people out there, you know what's real. The Ember Spirit is going to be the last pick now for Execration. A little bit of that magical damage to level in on top. So does that mean it's going to be the safe lane Ember now?
Definitely. I think Warrior Gaming, or no, sorry, Bazaar Gaming was the only team, or one of the only teams to actually run the Ember in the safe lane. But it's definitely a solid choice. It's allows you to finish your Veil very, very quickly, and we've all seen just how insane the triple Remnant combo is. So
Well-
we'll just have to see how this laning. It's not even the laning phase. I think the laning phase will go fine for both teams.
Right.
I think both teams will be able to get quite a bit out of it. What really
10
matters
seconds
is
remaining.
how the mid game begins, how Execration tries to
5
punish the
seconds
Alchemist,
remaining.
because Faceless won today with the Alchemist pick simply because Jabs was not slowed down enough.
Right.
Like Geek Fam did a decent job at it, but it just wasn't enough. And I think this game, especially since you have the Ancient Apparition on your team, you should really make an effort to shut down the Alchemist.
Well, we'll see if they're going to be capable of doing it, as Execration are going to face off against Faceless in this, what ends up being one of the final games, the second half of the second day of the qualifiers. If Execration lose this, they are definitely out of the playoffs. But if they could somehow manage to pull off an upset here, it would be absolutely amazing. One thing I will mention is I always feel like Gyrocopter ends up running into some issues if you don't have a defensive support. I think back to the older days when Gyrocopter was in his heyday, and he almost was always paired with a Dazzle or paired together with like a, I don't know, Oracle or Snowball from a Tusk or something like that, and they don't really have that hero in this game. Is that something to be concerned about? Is Gyro getting like bursted in the mid-game fights?
I think it's just going to come down to itemization. You build yourself to actually survive the burst damage, and your supports, and also the Clockwork. You just buy Force Staffs this game. Force Staff is a really, really good item this game. It'll
30
save you from
seconds
searing
to go.
chains into, potential lead-ups. Especially from the RP as well.
Yeah, definitely necessary. And being able to avoid the grouping up and movement in is constantly going to need to be necessary. I'll also mention that I feel like Faceless have kind of taken a turn for the better over the past couple of like qualifying rounds, and I think most recently as well with the Winter moving in and becoming their coach, it's kind of become a situation now where they feel more consistent, and they're performing at a higher level. I'm liking it.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely reflects in their draft. I think Faceless, despite having, in my opinion, one of the largest hero pools, they draft the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this. Chilling Touch, so Shadow Fiend can get souls early. Wait, he hasn't skilled anything yet.
Yeah, they probably want to make sure that you take up Necromastery before you start hitting last hits. And, okay, he's denying, but you need that spell, man. What are you doing? Is this a bug? What's happening?
No, it's not a bug. He's just not scaling it.
What are you doing? Nando, this is the game of your life. You need to win. Okay, he goes for raises. All right. I guess that he just wanted to hang on to it for the moment and feels like he needs raises early.
That's strange. Normally when you take raise, it's because you're not able to get anything out of the lane. But, I mean, he's getting quite a bit out of the lane. This is kind of surprising to see. And it's not like he has the potential to kill anyone, or not kill. He can't really kill Jabs. Very strange. Jabs is just spamming his taunt.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe it was like a miss skill or something when he realized he didn't have Necromastery up and then accidentally hit the raise button or something like that. That it feels like it would be pretty hard if that was actually what happened. But whatever the case ends up being, he has both now and starting to build up the souls. And it's going to kind of run into some issues standing inside that acid spray as well. Sure, a very frustrating situation for Mr. Nando.
Oh, he gets his salve canceled.
No. But as far as the laning stage goes, do you like the idea of this Ancient Apparition sitting here and just spamming out Chilling Touch for him?
I mean, I thought it was fine until he didn't get any souls from the first wave. That's the biggest issue I see, because I think he would be able. I think he can definitely punish the Alchemist on his own if he had the proper start.
Right. But now Alk already 11 CS. He's been able to get a nice little beginning to his game. And it looks like he was also building up towards that armlet next. Looks like the boots are on the Curry already, although he hasn't had them brought out to him yet. And yeah, Nando sort of left to his own devices. Rubik against the Clockwork, always a great matchup, being able to get the lift and pull out of the cogs.
Yeah, well, I mean, while you mentioned that, though, Ice is already level 3.5, and he's not going to be stopping there, getting even more out of the lane. Going to hit level 4 very soon versus a Magnus who's only about to hit level 3, and this is only against a dual lane.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, it is a dual lane on Execration side, too.
Yeah.
Ancient Apparition only just made his way up here, and the stack is getting pretty big.
Yeah, he took that one, and then there's also another stack over here on the medium camp that the Ancient Apparition was able to get. It feels as if right now, definitely, 5593 is just trying to help out, enable his Shadow Fiend to get off to a hot start a little bit later on as the homing missile spam. I was wondering if they were going to do this build in the last game that we saw of the Gyrocopter from Black, but now he's actually deciding to take it. Pretty cool. Just forcing DJ back.
It's a lot of mana for how little it does.
Dude, that's why you got the CM.
I mean, you got a lot of mana. You don't have that much mana.
Yeah.
Oh, XY gets caught up by the supports.
Well, they
Oh,
do
look at that
have
damage.
a
He has to
Fade
be
Bolt
careful.
as well. Man, it is just so much. Chilling Touch, great ability, particularly with these heroes who have the long range right clicks. Just gives you so much more value.
Oh, Ice does quite a bit of damage to Gabby. Has to be a little careful. There is a lift, and there is Searing Chain still.
Pulling him back in. Ice in trouble. The right clicks are there trying to TP out. Fade Bolt to
Oh,
finish.
no.
They are going to get the kill. Ooh, that was close.
He would have been fine. The issue was he TP'd to the shrine right after XY TP'd to the shrine, so TP took forever.
Oh God.
That's what killed him. If he teleported to base, he would have been fine.
Oh man, that sucks. Well, 0-2 start. Execration certainly getting the beginning of this game that they would have wanted. Although you do have an Ancient Apparition that's sitting here with level 2, and I mean his net worth is quite poor. Does he actually have boots coming out to him finally? Yeah, he does. All right, so he's going to be okay then.
Well, more importantly, you have to remember you're dealing with an Alchemist. Nando's doing a pretty good job at shutting him down. Alchemist is only 700 net worth above him. Although I say only. It's only 5 minutes in.
Yeah. Well, and he's going to be able to keep getting the bounty runes as well. Did he stack that both? Oh, he just only got
only
one.
managed to stack one.
All right.
But he is going to be jumping into the jungle, which gives his supports a little bit of space. XY definitely needs the EXP right now. Oh, the stack. When are they going to do it?
I imagine that they have to bring Shadow Fiend in to make it happen.
No, I think they can do it with just the Ember Spirit, but the Ember Spirit would need level 6 and possibly commit Remnants to do it.
Okay.
If not, then yeah, got to bring up the Shadow Fiend.
Well, in the meantime, DJ, he's moved off into the jungle himself. Does not want to stay in this lane against the homing missile spam that could have come from Gyrocopter, who continues to get his farm. I would expect Nuts to probably move around and either try and make something happen up in the off lane or possibly go and jungle away, but since they've already killed off all the creeps in the jungle pretty much, it's not a whole lot for him to do as Nando moves in, going to take this other stack with the Ancient Apparition. Quick little steal of the bounty rune as well. And Real Rune's bottom. Yeah, they are going to get the pull here, and Clockwork is going to come and try and make something happen there, and it looks like they're going to bring Nuts as well. So they know the stack is going on. They're bringing 3 heroes to come and contest. Level 6 is right here on Black as well. This is a great move.
Oh, I like this play a lot. Execration has to be very careful. They do finish the cap, but Gabby...
he's able to get the Remnant. Nice play.
They spot the Rubik. He has no TP. Here comes the call down. Oh, Rubik is super dead.
Yeah, they get the lift back, trying to get the stun, but is not going to be enough. So they find a kill, and unfortunately, they aren't there in time to take the stack. So they get away with the Ember Spirit, and it's a pretty big rotation for Black.
Yeah, and Ice goes to bottom, gonna 1v1 the Magnus. And I think with this move, I think Faceless can actually put some damage on this tier 1 tower.
We'll have to see if they're able to do too much to it. You don't have the greatest D-push heroes in the world at this point in particular. Like, Ember Spirit's going to be able to come back in with the Remnant. Actually decides to save a Remnant behind.
I was a little surprised by that.
Okay, fine. And Nando, in the meantime, going to head off to the jungle with the Arcane Rune, finish these ones off. And as far as he's concerned, is there anything in particular, like, does he need to get involved early and try and take fights with the rest of his team?
I think he does. You need to be able to put pressure on, because this don't forget about this Alchemist. Someone has to be able to deal with him. And looks like his first item queued up is going to be that Shadow Blade. I think this is definitely the right choice, but...
Black on top of Nando. They just found him. That is too easy.
Yeah, very nice ward from XY. Makes it a very easy kill.
Man. Yeah, that's so frustrating. And
oh, bottom lane. They catch
they'll
out.
Get it.
Rubik.
RP. Liebig actually walking away from this one. They throw out the Fade Bolt, pushing him back towards the tower, and DJ almost able to take down Ice. Doesn't want to fully commit for that one. Cogs are back up in one.
Oh.
XY on top of Liebig. He's going to be able to get the kill. Oh, no. Execration.
And that was the RP committed.
Still not level 6 either for the Ancient Apparition, so couldn't drop the ulti to try and help out with it.
Yeah, he really needs to get a 6 in.
Nando? I was almost there.
Yeah, they're giving this Ancient Apparition some space because they really need him to hit 6. Because without him being 6, there's just not enough damage.
Well, 9 minutes in now. The Alchemist continuing the spam of his acid spray all over the map, getting himself farm. 10 seconds away from the hook shot for the Clockwork, so will not be able to make a go onto the mag as of yet. Although with Nuts around, there's a chance for a kill if he sticks around for too long.
Radiant's top tower
Yep.
is under
We're
attack.
going to see a smoke coming out from Execration, Shadow Fiend, and Rubik heading down here. There is no RP, though.
They have a DD on Shadow Fiend. I don't know if this is the play. They have the hook shot if they wanted to go. Ice. Oh, Nuts is just gone, so that is one.
He does have the double damage. He's only got 22 souls, but with double damage, he's still hitting for 200 damage or so.
Quite good. And in the meantime, Gabby taking missiles to the face. Black continuing to be a bit of a butt. And building back into the Helm of the Dominator himself.
Black's #1 item choice. I think like if you, there's probably a stat on one of the stat sites, but I'm pretty sure he buys Helm of the Dominator on every single hero except for Klinks.
Is it just like an affinity with the item? Do you think it's that good?
I think it's that good. I mean, he does a good job at microing his creeps, and if you can micro the creeps, it's just that much more important.
I feel like I saw him do it on the anti-mage too and get a purge creep with it. It was just so disgusting to watch.
Yep.
All right, another missile off onto Gabby. DJ is here with RP though, and they're ready to make a counterplay if the Crystal Maiden does head up. You also have Ancient Apparition now with level 6. This could be a big moment if they could find a kill onto the Gyro, but he's playing it safe.
Gonna go over and try to grab a creep, but the creep wave or the camp is not respawned yet.
They spot out this area.
Oh, that was a nice little attempt trying to blind call down, but fortunately he's just out of range.
Oh, they're in trouble now. DJ is coming in. He has RP. He has Skewer. They're going to go in for it. Catches it on to 2 in the AA blast right on the edge. Double for Gabby.
Very nicely done.
All right, big kills for Execration. About a 1,300 gold swing off the back of that one. And they are looking good. And keep in mind, this is also an empowered Ember Spirit in this game. Doesn't need a Battle Fury.
Well, realistically speaking, I don't think the Empower does too much for him since
Well, for farming at the very least.
the days of the Battle Fury Ember Spirit physical damage build is long gone.
Yeah.
It definitely helps, but Magnus Empower is mostly going to be for himself this game and for the Shadow Fiend.
Just that damage increase. God, I would love to see an Aghanims for the Magnus. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but that ability, it's something that I've been like theory crafting for a while, having the AoE damage for like
range.
the Dragon Knight. But a quick Empower on a Shadow Fiend, and they are going to move out across the map. Have not seen, it looks like Nando is thinking about the Shadow Blade, only 200 gold away from finishing it off.
Oh,
Dire
look at this
scan.
positioning.
They spot the Ogre.
Patiently waiting. There's Ice is walking over.
Oh, they could find that kill, but
Going to avoid that narrowly.
But the Shadow Blade play, it feels like this could be a big opening for them to take fights.
Oh, Rubik in a lot of trouble. Oh, he's dead.
All right. Cogs push back. Lemic just going to get 3-shot there, basically. Stole the Chemical Rage, but can't make use of it.
And, you know, while all of this is happening, you know, we talked about the Alchemist. He's just doing his own thing. He's just playing a farming game on his own. Ice even goes for the Hand of Midas. I think this is his go-to build as well. They're just, you know, slowly ramping themselves up for the later stages of the game.
All right, well, here's the thing, though. If they tried to get aggressive here, they have a smoke. Shadow Fiend did just now get his Shadow Blade. He has a haste. They're going to be going for a smoke play of their own. If they end up taking a big fight here, and, you know, maybe they can start snowballing from there to take down Faceless.
They really need the Magnus's Blink Dagger.
They're going in. DJ right there. He breaks smoke on him. Tries to go for the skewer. The chains is going to connect. They actually push back onto Gabby.
Oh,
Nando,
nice
1-2 shot there onto another, and it does look like they're going to be able to take down Ice. Lemic also end up stealing Cogs away. That creates a little bit of an awkward spot. Now they end up canceling the ulti from the Shadow Fiend, but they lose Rubik in exchange.
Well, that was a great trade for them. All you lose is a Rubik. They didn't even have to expend any of the ultis over on the Dire side, and Magnus is that much closer to his Blink Dagger now. Only 200 gold away.
Oh, and here comes.
Dire's
They
top
want to
tower
take him
is
down.
under attack.
Jabs. Maybe going to end up dropping. He knows where he's going. Nando, you got to. Pisser, get off the pot. What are you doing? He's going to end up dropping. Nando, what has happened?
Oh, no.
Oh, chains?
they're gonna
That
get
might be
jabs
enough, though. A blast. It's on top of him. RP used. Oh, Nando. I mean, they get the kill at the end, but now they're going to end up potentially losing DJ as well. Ignite on top of him.
Oh, wait,
they're trying to
Gabby?
run him down.
He's out of mana.
They are
No, he's okay.
chasing.
No, he's
Another
not okay. Here comes the
call
call
down
down.
as well. Gabby's going to fall.
Oh, he's okay. He's got mana.
All right. Well, Lemic
But-
tries to turn.
Wait,
Chase.
Ice
Ice on top of him. Gabby's gone.
Oh, he got him.
Oh my God, what a player.
Wait,
he
he has
might end up
one.
dying. Wand charges.
Oh.
Oh, he was switching it over into his inventory, it looks like, but couldn't quite get there. So they lose 4.
Oh, man. I mean, I understood what Nando was trying to go for, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think it's just like, you know, a little bit careless to forget about your Shadow Blade timing. Oh, ulti.
Maybe? That's a good bit of damage, and
Ooh, that was close.
he has stick charges when he comes out of this, but obviously not going to be able to regen until then. Yeah, he's fine.
I like the attempt.
What do you think about the Bassi on CM?
Huh. I think it was just a split. He's meant to build Tranquil and something else.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. So he's gonna buy Urn and Tranquil.
All right, yeah, so it's mistake is weird. I was
Well,
wondering about
I mean,
that.
it's not even like a mistake, you know. You can always disassemble it at any point, and you might as well give the aura.
Yeah.
Ice against the world down here. A very dangerous position. There's 4 heroes surrounding him. Uh-oh. Alright, if Ice gets out of this, he's a god.
He's TPing. He may just... Oh, no, he's not TPing. He's on
TPing,
cooldown.
he has no
Yeah.
TP.
He does have hookshot available, but very quickly gone. And Execration, they're making a fighting attempt at this. They're doing a really great job of taking down towers when they need to, defending at other points. It's working
Dire's
for
middle
him.
tower is
Yeah,
under
this AA pick is working out really nicely for them. He's already got his Midas as well, and there's just a lot of setup for this Ancient Apparition ulti. You have the Magnus RP, and even something as simple as the Ember Searing Chains.
All right,
Gonna lead
Skewer
to a
back
kill.
in. Nuts is gone, and they might have spotted that ward placement as well, so should be able to get that D ward done.
Not bad. You know, we considered. I mean, I still heavily favor Faceless simply
Yeah.
because, you know, once again, I have to continuously remind everyone that there is an alchemist in this game, and he's just been doing his own thing.
I mean, the plus side of it is that they have the avenue to hold him in place so the AA blast can land on him. And that does change how this hero works. But it also depends upon AA getting good farm. And he also has been able to build into a hand of Midas for himself at a decent timing. So I think there's ways for this to work for him and ways to deal with the Alchemist in the late game.
Yeah, definitely. But the way Jabs is playing right now is that... Oh, hold that thought.
Oh my
Hooks
God, the
in.
lift back. Shadow Blade out right now for Nando. And to think about turning to fight, Lemic drop in low. They can go for the jump in. A little bit of a misplay though. And now DJ in some trouble, goes for the RP. Only call black. Is it going to be enough? The A blast, he is going to end
he
up
gets
falling.
the call down.
Okay.
It's not enough. Alright, time to disengage.
So a 1-for-1 exchange, but the one on the side of Faceless was Black's gyrocopter.
All right, back to farming. Well, the thing is, the way Jabs has been playing this game is that while it is true that they have what it takes to lock him down, he's just farming incredibly safely.
Yeah.
And it looks like he has no intention of doing anything but to continuously farm. And all of these heroes benefit from the Scepter.
I would imagine that Clockwork probably picks his up himself first, do you think?
I don't even think he needs it first.
Really?
I honestly think that if the game is going decently for them, Nuts can invest in a Blink Dagger or a Glimmer Cape, and I think that having a CM with the Scepter first is actually the most beneficial for Faceless first. Because that Freezing Field Frostbite is, in my opinion, underrated.
Yeah.
It's not even about the freezing field damage. It's just that you only have to channel it for so long, and if they're standing in that radius, they're going to get frostbit.
2.5 seconds, I believe, is what it is.
Yep.
It's quite good. And a lot of these stuns, I mean, particularly with a Clockwork there, it could be a huge issue. So, Blink Dagger, just about done for the Ember Spirit, and he's going to be able to pick that one up now. We had the Blink Dagger and the Force Staff done on Magnus. They have fighting items, but can they break down these base before the Alchemist really starts to take over? He's already got the Manta style.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Taking the objectives is very difficult.
Hook shot in, Nando in trouble. Maybe going to be able to get out of there. The Force Staff keeps him alive for the moment, but still they have
look at
dust
that
on him.
damage.
They're starting to run him down. All the illusions are there, and now they've controlled up Leemic as well.
Yeah,
The Helm of the Dominator stun is beautiful, but the triple Remnant in a little bit better, and it does look like you're going to be able to take down two. They lost the Mag and the Rubik, but again, it's for Ice 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 and the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, that was so close. They almost got Nando, but he managed to reach the shrine in time. If the shrine was not up, Jab's illusion actually was going to kill him with the Radiance Burn.
Yeah. We've seen Nando die to that once already. Certainly does not want to make that happen again.
Yeah, and well, all things considered, they do manage to take the tier 1 as well, so I would say that that is a slight Faceless victory. That just makes it a little easier for Jab to continue farming. Working towards his Octarine core now. Currently sitting at 18,500 net worth. But Execration, they're not doing bad at all. Both of the cores are decently farmed, and they have the tools to continue to basically punish the Faceless side.
Yeah. It's definitely tough, though. Like, the tier 1 tower in the mid lane is not still brought down, and top hasn't gone down either. You have Black, who's moving off to the side. He's gone for the Shadow Blade build.
Interesting.
Now, sometimes people say interesting and they mean, that's a cool build. What's your take on this one?
My interesting is that I mentioned how, like, Jabs is just, you know, aiming to farm.
Right.
Right. And the way I see this Shadow Blade is that everyone on Faceless is just waiting. You have a Midas on Clockwork, and then now you have the Shadow Blade on Gyrocopter. This allows Gyrocopter
Radiant's
to
middle tower is under attack.
not, like, you know, totally safely, but pretty safely split push these other lanes.
Oh, they missed the skewer, and now they've caught him a second time. CM ulti down and ends up getting disabled right at the start of it. A blast goes in, DJ Nando solo. They are going to maybe get out of there. Ends up RPing and almost able to bring down that. It's not going to be able to kill off the Clockwork.
Oh, that was so close.
The
Almost
chase
picks
is
off
there.
the AA as well.
But they are going to be able to finally bring him down. Gabby is out of mana at this stage, though, and, well, it's going to take a full frontal assault of all of that damage. A-Blast, still 15-second cooldown. They won't be able to get it, so a triple for Jabs, and they win that fight.
Yep. You pick an AA to counter the Alchemist, but if you're not going to hit him with that blast, he's not going to die in these team fights. I don't think there's enough damage unless you manage to single him out.
The other thing that happened right there at the start was the mag went for a blink Force Staff skewer back onto CM, and then immediately Ice 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 hooked and cogged both him and the Shadow Fiend. It was like disaster central. But yeah, A-Blast, a little bit of a pain here. And with several heroes getting up, they need to be a little bit careful. Now, Nando looking, right clicks. Oh, he's not quite there.
They got to be careful. This Jabs is ulted.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Hook shot now as well onto DJ.
Fewer.
Pushback needs to get out and away, but it's not going to happen. DJ goes down, a double kill for Jabs. He is never going to stop. Maybe you can turn with the AA Blast here, but it is not going to be enough. Cannot even throw it out there. They don't have an answer. Triple for Jabs yet again.
Oh, and this game is just going downhill real fast. And this is the strength of the Alchemist. He's just farming away, and the rest of the Faceless, you know, they weren't, all of them weren't doing too great, but that's simply the space creation that they are committing to for Jab's Alchemist to get online.
Well, a great display here. Completely what we would have expected. You know, maybe there was a chance sometime that Execration could have won this game, but it is feeling quite hard at this point. Still not out of it by any means at all, but they're going to need to play out of their minds to make it work. And
Gabby gets stunned.
There's the stun.
No,
Frostbite there. Maybe going to be able to find a kill.
Wait,
Ice 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 hook in as well. They want to go fight some more.
Die.
He ends up dying. All right. And Jabs.
My goodness.
Somehow got that kill as well. 11, 1, and 5 on this guy.
I'm really surprised that Ember Spirit died there. Did he not have any accurate.
Look at this GPM, by the way. 1,015 for jabs
Yeah.
on this patch.
It's just alchemist things. All right. He's coming close to his final item. I assume it's going to be Shiva's and or BKB. I think BKB is also a fine choice here. And
Obviously.
then hopefully we get to start seeing some of the scepters come out.
We do have Ancient Apparition almost at his Aghanims. Like, it's something at the very least for them that helps a little bit against the pressure, but it still comes down to them hitting the Ice Blasts as well, which hasn't proven to be the case.
Right. But, you know, you can't count out Execration, right? They always can rely on this huge wombo combo and hope for the best.
All right. Well, top lane, Gabby going to pressure this out, do whatever he can to just keep these lanes pushed. And the problem is, Alchemist can just choose one and run down it, and they really don't have an answer. He's just all over him.
Yep. Shiva's Guard coming up soon. And like you said, they just can't stop him. He just TPs into a lane, drops his Manta, and these lanes are always going to be pushed in. There's just no space for Execration to make any moves.
Well,
All right, smoke coming out of Faceless. I think they're expecting a defense here. Do they have a gem? There is no gem.
Dire's bottom tower is under
do not
attack.
see one, no. But yeah, I mean, even if they did want to come and defend it, it's
Dire's
just going to
bottom
drop
tower
so
has
quickly.
fallen.
They take the tier 1. Now the rest of Execration possibly going to move in to defend against it. They're waiting it and taking down the shrine now.
All right, one shrine is down. I forgot when the Roshan timer was, but they still have that Aegis to work with if they want to get more.
Good skewer away by DJ.
Dire's bottom tower
Coulda gone
is
bad.
under attack.
All right,
Dire's
A Blast is up. They got Shadow Blade out front and center. It's time to party. If there was a time to do it, it's got to be now for Execration.
Not so sure about that. I think they still got to wait out the Aegis.
Okay.
Yeah, even if you have that
Dire's
big
bottom
combo,
tower
I think you're going to lose the team fight if you throw everything
Radiant's top
on him
tower
just to
is
remove
under
the Aegis.
attack.
This is why you're the prediction god. 11-0, is that where you're at now, or 12-0? I can't believe it.
I don't know. I lost count, man. It's just so high up there.
It's very
Dire's
frustrating.
bottom tower is
All right,
under
tier
attack.
2 gonna fall. 27,000 net worth
Dire's
on the
bottom
Alchemist,
tower has fallen.
and
Radiant's top tower
what
is
looks
under
to be an inevitability at this stage almost.
attack. Radiant's
They
top
do
tower
get the
has
top
fallen.
tier 1 at least.
Yay!
Thank you, creeps. So now Jabs is 6 slotted. Let's see if he goes for the Scepter, or will he replace the Armlet?
You know that Black is telling him give him the scepter first.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's going for the Satanic, so probably, yeah.
That would be hilarious.
This is the Scepter build, but without the Scepter, you know, you're not buying it yourself.
Well, Aegis now expired. They can wait for the next round if they wanted to, but still a ways away. Certainly feeling under no pressure at this point.
What's
in
the
time.
gold differential right now? It's about 20,000.
Yeah. This is smoke. All right, they know the Aegis is down. Moving in. There is an illusion there. The clockwork.
I don't think this is the
smoke.
target you want to jump on.
Black is a little bit further forward.
I think if you jump on the Clockwork, you're going to lose this team fight.
I mean, there's 2 Shadow Bladed there. Gabby is up front and center. They know that they're chasing. Looking for the counterplay now. They might end up jumping in. They get the stun on Hernando, start the fight.
Okay, they
RP on
RP'd
the
him.
jabs. No, they push him out of it.
Wait, he's still going down.
Still
He's
ends
still
up going down. Okay, that's something.
Okay. No,
And
they all right. Faces have to run.
yeah, it looks like Nuts here is going to be able to
a
somehow
juke.
get out. So they only get the Alchemist, but it's a big kill.
That is a very big
He's
kill,
under
yeah,
attack.
for sure. So
I thought for a second that he didn't end up getting clipped by it. I was like, no.
yeah,
Oh.
they clipped them. That was
Dire's
really
middle
close. Though.
barracks
I was a
are
little
under
worried
attack.
too. But
Wowza.
that's pretty much what they need. You definitely don't want to jump the Clockwork first.
Dire's middle barracks
But
has
DJ,
fallen.
that was really good play by DJ, identifying his target immediately and RPing the Alchemist. Just no hesitation.
Well, they're holding on, albeit ever so slightly. And I mean, that's the thing, is that if they can't end up protecting the Alchemist, if they can't get on top of, like, sort of keep them from making the Ice Blast hit, there's still an avenue to find kills on this Alk.
Yeah, but he's itemizing, he's itemizing to protect himself from that. He's gonna be replacing his armlet, going for that BKB. And I think with a BKB, it's just gonna be that much harder to kill him. You would have to RP him before he BKBs. Oh,
Yeah,
Black has to be careful.
They
His
have the
BKB.
Magnus moving in as well. Shadowbladed,
Double damage empowers me.
but will not be able to go for that. And yeah, you mentioned it. It is the BKB picked up for Alk. Still potentially a problem with the AA Blast because of how long that ends up. Like, if they end up having to pop the BKB early and you get the Ice Blast on them.
Yeah, it lasts long
Radiant's
enough for them
middle
to
tower has
make something
fallen.
happen even after the BKB.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But can you wait that long in a team fight?
That is a good question. And I feel like the answer is no.
Because while all of the farm is on Jabs, Black is slowly catching up now
Yeah.
with the
Radiant's
Bloodlust.
bottom tower is
And
under
yeah,
attack.
with just a Bloodlust, I think his damage output is more than sufficient. Sitting at 240 damage.
Not to mention the potential for an Aghanims. The
Yeah.
dream.
Don't worry, it's coming. If he's going to go for Satanic first, then I'm pretty sure Jabs will buy him the Agnum Scepter first.
Radiant's
Alright,
bottom
here we
tower
go. They
is
want to
under
fight this. Do you
attack.
have another smoke?
Doesn't look like it.
AA has one. He needs to smoke DJ, I think.
Nando. They spot out one. Oh, they
Oh,
got him
Nando
though,
gets caught
right on
out.
top of him, and well, now in a heck of a lot of trouble. Can they find that RP? They've got the Radiance on top of DJ right at the start. They send the illusion off to the side though, so now he might have an opening to go back in for a blink. But
Dire's top tower
doesn't
has
look like they're
fallen.
going to be able to find it. Gabby getting a little bit aggro there.
I think they're okay with this. It's time to just collect the tower, get out. I think Faceless achieved what they wanted to. They get another objective, and they can just go back to farming, and they can just wait for the next Roshan as well.
Does look like it's a semi-short one. Yeah, Faceless just double checking, 45 seconds away. But another big movement down towards the bottom. This is not as of yet going to be scouted, but Jabs is going to back out, I'm sure.
I like this play from Execration, really trying to find him, but Jabs, not going to fall for it, not taking any chances. Has that scepter queued up.
Given.
It's time to empower the rest of your team. Oh, Ice has his Shivas too. Interesting.
So they got two of them there.
You have two of them, yeah. It's all right. I mean, he needs the monopool, and having the armor and the active damage is always nice.
Oh, does the illusion spot it? It's not quite going to.
It's
So
okay. It creeps us.
the thing was that the illusion of the Magnus went in there to try and scout it.
Oh, I
So
see what you mean.
Execration don't know that it's up yet. All right.
Nuts wants to smoke. Faceless is going to be making a move together. At the same time, I think that Execration also want to smoke. A is holding onto one.
They're going to head up towards the north. I guess expecting some type of a movement. The boots of travel are there for Ember Spirit as well. They're moving right into each other now. Oh, this could be big.
Oh,
You don't want to go up the hill right now into all of this mayhem.
they see him.
They're waiting. Ice, ice, ice.
Uh-oh.
Walk into the high ground. They could
This
go for it.
RP.
The RP. It's going to connect. They're able to steal
Oh,
it. The damage is
no.
coming out.
God.
The Nando combo. Jabs is gone. Can they find any more off the back of this? Ice, ice, ice has already fallen, and now XY to follow. They get the connection onto Nuts. Faceless lose 4, and this is probably going to be Roshan as well.
That's what I'm talking about. Wombo combo.
Oh,
Excellent
baby.
RP by DJ. Although I think they can work on their skewer communication, but it's okay.
Was that just the Helm of the Dominator creep up on the high ground, or what was it that
No.
scouted
So
it out?
they saw Ice down here in this area, and he walked over here. And the moment he walked down the hill, they walked this way past the tree, and it revealed Jabs as well. And
Alright.
he immediately blink RP'd both of them.
I guess what I'm wondering is how did they spot him on the high ground?
Roshan has
Ember Spirit TP'd into the mid lane,
Oh, okay.
and he got too close to Ember Spirit. It broke his smoke.
Gotcha. All right, well, Butterfly now done for the Shadow Fiend. Black tried to stop it from happening. How detrimental is this for Faceless right now? You just end up losing your Alchemist, and he's kind of not necessarily tapped out in terms of item slots, but it feels like Execration are certainly catching up.
I think they're still... Faceless is definitely still okay. I think that last team fight kind of shows you just how important it is for Execration to get the initiation, and I think that's really what it all comes down to at this point. I think that this game is incredibly even. Let me see, net worth wise, yeah, this is like very, very even, because 8,000 net worth lead doesn't really mean anything when you have an Alchemist on your team, and as long as DJ is able to hit these RPs and the Ice Blast connects with the correct targets, Execration can definitely take this game.
DJ, certainly the playmaker on this team, has been able to make it happen time and again. There's some wards placed out there. I thought for a second that they might have gone in for some type of a, Requiem of Souls action from the Shadow Fiend, but spotting the sentry wards on the CM, they back out. Don't want to get too far forward there. It looks like Ice 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 is also going to be going back for an Abyssal. I thought it was going to be an Abyssal, but he just went for a casual Vanguard. It's kind of an interesting look.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of surprised by this item choice as well. I would have liked to see...
Oh, DJ. Did they spot him? They have a sentry ward right there, and they able to get the... And now Nando in a little bit of trouble. They're going to lift him out. There's the Force Staff away as well. DJ, he's getting his blink canceled right now. Nando looking for the counter. Can they get that? It looks like they're going to be able to back out for the moment.
Well, Jabs ends up using a BKB charge, at least. So Execration do get a little out of that.
And right now, Execration, they don't have the greatest vision in this area, but the Rubik stolen rocket flare is making all the difference in the world for them. So both teams with a little bit better vision than they might have otherwise had. You can see the creep wave is pressuring out, and this might force a reaction from Execration to go back home and try and defend. Yeah, it looks like they're going to just send out the Ember. Gabby will pressure it and then can come back into the fray.
Damn, this Ancient Apparition has so much gold.
And a Midas, baby. Looking for that angle. They're sending out rocket flares with each other. It's like playing battleships.
Yeah, the vision game is incredibly important right now. Because once again, it just really comes down to the initiation.
Oh, the wrap. They're just trying to get out. Yeah, Execration don't want to take this anymore, but you need to be careful. Ice 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 has the hook shot available. Gabby off into the trees, going for the TP, and does look like he'll be able to make the escape. So they're pressuring the top lane. This forces the rotation up towards the top as well of Jabs, and all back to status quo.
All right, the first scepter is completed. Is it going to go to Gyro?
He might save for buyback, honestly. I don't know, maybe not.
I don't think so.
Never refuse gold given.
Oh God.
I think he can just spend it. Another smoke here. That's be very careful.
Oh no! Nobody noticed. Shh, be quiet.
Nobody noticed.
Don't worry, it's fine. I don't know if they did notice that, like, because they didn't break smoke, you know?
Yeah.
I imagine that they did. There were some pings that came out, but
I think they noticed that they
it
were
was
there,
stunned.
but they don't know that he was. I don't think they actually know that he
Used
used
RP.
RP. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's okay. They don't lose anything. They don't gain anything either. It's a small loss for Execration. They can be patient, wait it out. And
It's Ice Ice Ice.
it's Ice, Ice, Ice. Okay. This is definitely a good choice as well. I think realistically speaking, it has to be between him and, I want to say, Ogre.
Right.
First.
You can't. I also need to mention you can't fault DJ too much for that one. Again, scan triggering on the illusion, and then they go in immediately for the RP, so that way he doesn't have time to react at all.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you have to go for these.
Yeah. So
the risk versus the reward is immense, right? You miss an RP, whatever. You miss an RP, right? You still can get out of it. If you don't go for it, I mean that's a huge opportunity pass that will pass by if you don't go for that.
yeah. Well, Aegis reclaimed now. Looks like they're able to break the Lincolns momentarily for Gabby. Throw out some more of these right clicks, keep the lane pressured out, and we're starting to see that, you know, off the back of the one team fights Execration, they can take these engagements as long as they get the initiation they want, and they're sort of making it happen.
Yeah, and this is a huge pickup for DJ. Now that he has a BKB, he does not have to worry about the potential Radiance burn canceling his blink anymore.
I've seen that time and again. He's also going back for the refresher. On the side of AA, a couple items to survive, a Force Staff, a Glimmer Cape. Does have that level 3 ulti online now as well. The Ice Vortex cooldown for 1 second, so it's down to 3 seconds for this spell. Pretty nifty as well, 30% damage amp on Magical.
3 charges of Cold Feet. That sounds pretty cool.
I'm not sure which one is better between. What's the other one again?
Rubik?
The chilling touch damage?
Rubik's Step. Gonna catch out the Rubik.
Yeah. Let's see, what are the other levels that we've got up there? The long Syrian chains for Ember, obviously great. For the Alchemist, ended up going for the Acid Spray armor -5. So,
Radiant's
not a
top
great
tower is
surprise
under
there
attack.
either, I would say. Just killing off those creep waves a little bit more quickly. Farming. Not to mention in the fights.
Well, now that we are reaching the late game, Gyrocopter is something you can't exactly ignore either. I think it's going to get to the point where you have to hit the Ice Blast on Gyrocopter and the Alchemist, because I think the damage output from Gyrocopter is high enough now that if you don't get the Ice Blast on him, he's going to survive throughout the entire team fight because of the BKB Satanic.
Yeah. Maybe that's the point where you end up getting the refresher on AA as well as an Item Trace. It looks like he's going back for the Sheep Stick first. But they already are building towards the refresher on the mag. It might end up giving you like that second avenue to have a reinitiation in the midst of a fight.
Yep. And let's see, Ember Spirit going for Shiva's. I think he's going to get rid of that Veil. And DJ is about halfway to his refresher. Although, I don't think he has a Mana Pool for a refresher.
Well, you can do the Mana Boots trick if
Mana
you wanted
Boot.
to.
Mana Boot, refresh, Mana Boot.
Yeah. All right, Ice, Ice, Ice. He's on top of Nando. There is a Force Staff here. If he wants to use it, get himself away for a moment. They can go back in again in a second if they want. They have that Ags on Clockwork. Looking for another angle. Not able to find it, though. And they're going to call off the charge, at least for the moment. DJ looking for an opening. Ooh, there was a moment where it could have happened. But does not end up going for it. They get the long duration on the chains. Faceless thinking about moving up towards high ground yet again. But the hook shot in. It's been able to connect onto DJ. He pops his BKB, trying to get out. He jumps forward. Force Staff is there. The AA blast coming through. Jabs going to end up dropping. Possibly no. He's at least BKB'd for the moment. Trying to run away. Nando low. Ends up getting caught there. Great play by Ice, Ice, Ice. Ember Spirit in front of all of them. And it looks like Jabs is going to be able to get away unscathed. Although they did lose, I guess, only the CM. Yeah, great.
The big thing about that was that Jabs was able to get his BKB off before the RP connected. So while it was a great RP, there just wasn't enough damage to follow up, kill off Jabs.
Yeah.
Because Ember's not going to do any damage to him, and Shadow Fiend was occupied with the Clockwork.
It definitely feels like they're lacking that physical damage right now, and I guess that sometimes you could maybe get that later on. I don't know. It feels hard to get it anywhere other than Shadow Fiend, and he's still so weak. Like, he can get exploded in these fights as we just saw.
I don't know how I feel about a Magnus transitioning at this point. I think it's a little too late.
Yeah.
I don't think the game will last long enough. Refresher definitely is the best choice at this point.
XY is going to get the next Aghanims. So opting for that over Black.
Yeah, I think this is the right choice.
Okay.
Fire Blast is pretty insane. The unrefined Fire Blast. Oh, Gabby has to be a little careful.
Yeah, he's going to remnant out. They're fine for the moment. Yeah, it's a, obviously another great form of disable. It is pretty mana intensive for what he has.
I think with the way these team fights are going, all your mana just comes from your magic wand. Should be fine.
Okay. Well, another opportunity to move in now. DJ, RP available. But it looks like Faceless are going to, at least for the moment, play it safe. They're backing out. They, again, spot out with the scan that there's heroes in the area.
Yeah,
And
be careful.
it's like Lemic there as well. God, these are just such tense moments. Like, in an instant, it can all just turn into a game-defining team fight. And Ember is going back for a Dagon as well.
Interesting.
Radiant's middle tower.
What a
is under
freaking
attack.
game.
Dagon, huh?
Do you
I
like
guess-
it?
I guess they just want to burst people down. I guess they don't feel like they have enough burst damage with their current setup.
If they all, I mean, that's the thing, is that once the BKB is down, if you've still got the A Blast applied onto the, ooh, nice little bait out there. If you've still got the Ice Blast applied onto Alk, then you can get them below that threshold quickly.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to note too is that the BKB is running shorter and shorter. Right now it's at 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Black's is currently at 9. But if the game continues to progress like this, once it reaches 5 seconds, it's going to be really dangerous for Faceless.
Well, movement into the jungle now. You are smoked up on Faceless. They're looking for an opening to try and finish off this other set of racks. But likewise, Execration, they're in there. Black ends up breaking the smoke. They're up on the high ground. There is no sentry ward, although it looks like they have a gem. The initiation comes in.
They found the
from Ice,
H
Ice,
apparitions.
Ice. That's on AA. Can they kill him off, though? RP onto Jabs. He is completely alone. Is going to be brought down low.
Oh,
They
he
find
stunned
the kill,
himself.
but they end up losing the Shadow Fiend as well. Can they get any more off the back of this? Gyrocopter, large and in charge, is going to be held there. And it looks like with that, they're going to have to back out.
Yeah,
So,
that's just going to be the end of it.
Gabby?
I think he's fine. He still has a spirit.
All right. A bit of a scary moment, but
They threw everything on Jabs, and you, like I mentioned, you just cannot overlook the gyrocopter. If you use everything on Jabs, you're not going to have anything left for Black. And he dishes out some serious damage right now, and especially since he has 10 flat cannon hits.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's a great spell. A little bit of pause coming out. We'll check the levels, see how we're looking. Anything else that's really of interest? It's Dagon level 3 so far for Ember. Obviously, you need to hang on to buyback. Does still have that. The only ones who don't are the Rubik and the CM. And it looks like Butterfly is going to be the item of choice for Black next as well.
All right.
Yeah,
I think what they need right now is they should actually let Nuts farm BKB, because I think giving him Scepter and BKB is game changing, or
Okay.
potentially game changing. That's like the next big team fight thing they have to offer. But unfortunately for him, he's only level 15.
I know, it's crazy. He's been really hemmed in. It's been a rough game for Nuts. That's kind of just the way that he plays, though, I feel like.
It really
this
is.
Very self-sacrificial support. And likewise, it's sort of been the same story for the Ogre until he got gifted that Aghanim. And now Clockwork able to hook in. He's actually out of mana. Gabby might be able to sustain through this long enough to find a kill if he wanted to stick around for it, but he's just going to push out the wave, forcing the rotation back from the Black Gyrocopter. And that's going to be about the long and the short of it.
Ice Ice holding on to 7,000 gold. He does have Sheepstick queued up right now, but
Abyssal.
you mentioned Abyssal.
Yeah.
This could be a thing.
So, oh, there's a battle of Bruin, though. Over here to the side, they use the
Quick
call down.
disengage.
Yeah, they force it back.
Rubik can't even steal a spell. It's so dangerous for him.
Yeah. Well, and that extra bit of disable is something that they do need on occasion, and the potential to take some of these big spells, particularly Rocket Flare, I felt like that one was super value for
I
him.
think so too.
Might be the best spell for him to steal in this game, honestly.
Rune of double damage.
The dream actually is you steal Chemical Rage and use it for a team fight.
Okay.
But there's a lot of good spells to steal. Even hook shot is decent. Oh, he is gonna go for that Abyssal Blade. Saving for buyback first, but he has the Skull Basher already.
I think this just makes a lot of sense. You get on top of him, able to pierce BKB. You already do it once, why not do it again?
Yeah, definitely. The only thing, oh, he's just gonna buy it out right now. The only thing that I wish he changed was that if he did anticipate the idea of going for Abyssal later on, that he went for AC instead of Shivas.
Right.
Because now they have 2 Shivas and they don't have any AC.
And you can look over here to the side though. Gabby taking down the bottom tier 2 tower and obviously can get back into the fight as well if they need to, and they might just need to. They spot
they
out
shot
DJ. The stun is going to be coming out. Needs to force staff away in a second. Unrefined Fire Blast. He ends up finding the second one as well. Able to get away, and now Rubik steals Unrefined Fire Blast. Can throw it out again if he wants to.
The mana cost is the same though.
Yeah.
I don't think you want that spell.
Black. Moving in, they are in vision. The hook shot now onto Nando, pushing him back towards this. XY onto DJ as well. They're containing all of these heroes. They
DJ
don't have
dies.
an answer. Ice Blast onto Jabs, but he doesn't care. There's no follow-up in the least bit. They buy back on the mag. They need something, and they need it soon. As, well, the Ember takes down 1. But they force the buyback on the mag. They're looking for XY, but can't quite run into him. They realize he's over by the shrine, and now Alchemist is TPing over here as well. Gabby, maybe a bit too far out. He runs into Black.
He can get hooked and then get
Dagon,
Abyssal.
they're pushing him back. There's the Abyssal. Gabby's going.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
God, he got out last second. That was so close.
I think that was actually a slight misplay on Ice Ice's part. He cogged him in and pulled him into away from Gyro. Gyro might have been enough to like mini stun him with the MKB. It was a really close call, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, nonetheless, you're still in the situation where they're going in. They have not yet taken the Roshan, so it's available, and Execration's still looking like they want to get aggressive. Dagon 5 is up for Gabby. They've got A back up again as well. If they lose DJ here, it would be a catastrophe, since he does not have any buyback, but
huge
jump in,
RP.
RP, skewer as well, onto 2. A blast, no, it's not quite on point. They end up being able to almost pull down Black, but they got the BKBs off onto 2 as well. Leemic, is he going to drop? They aren't going to be able to kill him off. Nando goes down as well. The
my
freezing field is doing
God.
so much damage. Nuts, the chase. Nando maybe in trouble as well. Excuse me, Gabby. The BKB,
nuts.
he's just going to be able to get out of that one. 4 are dead, and they threw it all away.
Oh no, that was like that was the dream RP, but they did not communicate the skewer. That Ice Blast just missed everything.
It's so chaotic, but yeah, it hurts.
And the worst part is that DJ he committed the refresh to try to RP them in the correct location, and it still missed. That is brutal.
Well, certainly going to be hurting after that one. It was the moment, but...
And we have another Scepter flying out. I believe this should go to... I think you actually give it to Gyro now. I don't think you give it to CM. Simply because CM does not have the items to make use of it anyways.
Right. Or the levels. Level 17, so I guess we'll have it soon, but... Jabs, about to hand it over to Black. I'm assuming... Yeah. He's got it now. So extra tank ability.
Side gunner.
Side gunner there. They need some type of cosmetic to pop up on it. That'd be great.
I think so too.
I don't know if they have that interaction in either one. But regardless, a very rough go right now for Execration. It's not over. It's not completely over.
It's definitely not.
But that one hurt.
They can still do this. Anything can happen when you have double RP.
Do you think that the AA should go back for a refresher at this point, just so he has 2 shots at it? It's like, it's really important he gets that A Blast on him. Like, Ice Blast has to fall on the Alchemist.
That's a kind of a tough call. I don't know. I think Sheepstick is probably not the best item at this point, simply because it's so delayed. XY does have that Lotus Orb now, so its usefulness will not really see its full potential.
Yeah. CM. He's able to get out of there.
I wonder if Octarine is legit for AA.
Yeah. Get a little bit of that shorter cooldown for it. Are we anywhere close to some more of the 25s yet? Clockwork has his.
Did you take
Battery
the
assault
battery assault?
duration. That's great.
Yeah. It's like, I think the uptime is 100%, right?
Let's see.
Yeah, it's 100%.
20 seconds, 20.5 seconds. Yeah. Just always battery
Always
assault.
battery assaulting. He needs a mono regen though.
See, that would get annoying to me. You just like you keep on hearing the clink, clink, clink.
I don't know, man. If I was the Clockwork, I'd enjoy it a lot.
The thing that's nuts about this game to me is that I don't think Faceless can ever feel safe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like they could just lose the game off of 2 bad team fights at any point from now on.
Black is now 6 slotted and has a side gunner. Does 400 damage a hit, has Bloodlust. This is spooky.
Gabby is, I think, making the correct move here, realizing that more people could be in the area, but he can cut the creep wave now. They don't really have a great way to deal with it. And can also dodge away pretty effectively from the hook shot as well.
They're not even trying to catch him. They know it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I like that ward, though. That's a good one.
Oh, Gabby.
What? Okay.
TP's down here, zaps XY.
There's not even a creep wave for him to hit. He just literally did
away.
it to zap him.
Yeah. It's about sending a message.
I'm not afraid to Dagon, you fool. Okay. Where is the next item for him? He doesn't even know. He keeps on switching around his quick buy here. It's up to BKB now. A late game BKB does sound really good, and it's one of those refresher items as well, or rather, stash items.
Oh, he's buying support items right now. He's trying to get everyone else to catch up.
Yeah.
Because poor Rubik only has 6,000 net worth.
And, I mean, Aghanims wouldn't be terrible this game for him, although it looks like the Yule Scepter is probably the safer option. A smoke now. If they could win a team fight inside the Dyer's base, yeah, you can see him hanging out all the way back by the tier 4s. DJ does not feel safe here.
Oh, Nando's going to get hooked here, I think. No, they're not going to go on
Radiant's
Nando.
top tower is under attack.
They have the Aegis on Clockwork. It could be worth it. And they drop down and take out that ward. So good decision. The whole time Gabby is split pushing, though, is down here at the tier 2 tower and should be able to take it out. So the lineup is fairly immobile from Faceless. It causes some issues.
I'm actually wondering at this point if you're ready to cut. Like, this is so late into the game. Would it be worth Ember going for the physical damage build?
That's kind of what I was wondering as well.
I think it's actually an option here.
I mean,
Like,
honestly,
they have the hero for it too, right?
Yeah.
The Magnus.
Honestly, if you wanted to, he could go back for like Necros too before that if he wanted. Like, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, and just pressure out the lanes further in that way. But
Right. Well, he bought the BKB first.
because I guess that's the other thing. They haven't really invested that much into armor. They've got some. Alchemist is sitting on, what is it, 10 right now? Because he just got rid of his Shivas, and he's going to the Sheepstick. So he actually only has 11 armor. Oh, Invis though. Bottom lane. Clockwork looking for an opening.
They can't go on this though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ogre isn't even there. Oh, they're trying to catch out Gabby.
The late game Sheepstick not able to find him as of yet, but they can get into range in a second. Abyssal Blade is there as well, trying to walk out, but he is going to be able to escape.
Damage.
Ice
Nuts is
Ice,
dead.
Nuts. Oh, solo 4 HP. What? Oh, baby. All right. Well, that was very close.
This poor Crystal Maiden can't feel safe, even with her entire team around her.
I mean, 57 minutes into this, it's feeling like Execration are starting to get the avenue for a comeback.
Oh, that's come a long time ago.
Yeah.
They have been in a position where they can definitely take this game at any point. Like, I don't think it really matters how this game progresses at this point. All it takes is one team fight.
Right.
Anyone can win this game at this point.
It's so weird. Like, you see these late game items and everything that they're picking up. Obviously, you have a higher ceiling eventually with Faceless if everybody gets farm, but because the Alchemist has to keep the lanes pressured out, it also means that these supports don't get farm outside of that which the Alchemist gives them. So, like, CM is not really able to farm all that much around the map, nor is the Ogre really. They're kind of left with whatever the Alchemist doesn't take, which isn't much.
I mean, to be fair, he is, you know, giving back.
No, totally.
Everyone, you know, nice and happy with their Aghanim Scepter.
But it also means that, like, I don't know. I'm just thinking how much of a difference it would mean a BKB for CM over the next couple of minutes. Having to go back for the blink here, and then you compare that to what the AA's been able to do with Midas has now finished off a sheep stick for himself.
Yep. Well, once he finishes the blink, I think it's about time for Jabs to give him his scepter. And you said that they do have, you know, more potential for growth, but I feel like when you're this far into the game, Alchemist starts to feel like he's not as useful, and Execration, I think they actually scale a little better. This Ice Blast is just insanely powerful at this stage of the game.
Yeah. He's going to be going back for a Lotus Orb now with all the sheep sticks online. He knows that he needs to get something else to help out his cores outside of just the Glimmer Cape, especially since there is so much vision around nowadays in this game. Another Aghanims, I guess this one for the CM, unless he accidentally gives it to himself or something for the stats. But I'm waiting for the Rapier time. When do you think that happens for Gyro?
I don't think it actually does.
Really?
For some time at least. For quite some time. I think it comes... he still needs to buy Moon Shard, save for buyback. Because I think he actually does enough damage. Because Execration... Oh, I like this item choice from Ember Spirit. I was like gonna say, you know, if he's gonna commit to a Dagon 5, why don't you get the E-Blade?
Alright. Do you think that the physical damage build might have been an option though for him in this game?
I think it is. Yeah, but he's going for the full Magic Burst commitment, which is perfectly fine also in my opinion.
Like, do they have what's the sort of magic resistance looking like on this team? It's nuts to me. I don't think that all they have is Glimmer Capes. They haven't built a pipe on anybody. I guess there's not really a great hero to hold it, but
what it really comes down to is, you know, you gotta connect that Ice Blast, and whoever is Ice Blasted, if they get comboed up by the Ember Spirit, it's just instantly dead. I don't think it really matters who it is, even if it's Alchemist, even if it's Gyrocopter. If you are not BKB'd and you have Ice Blast on you, Ember Spirit is going to kill you instantly with this item build.
Well, will it all come down to this? They have vision up on the high ground of all of Execration, and maybe, just maybe, we'll finally get one of these big engagements. Jabs up front and center. They get the chains onto XY. Jump out again.
He's just jumping in to zap XY.
I mean, he doesn't even have the E-Blade yet.
Yeah. Took about half a
All right, hook onto Nando. Still has the force. Could chase if they want to, but not going for it. And that is going to be also a dead Alchemist. They're on top of him. Gabby maybe in some trouble. The Abyssal Blade's there, able to remnant away. Nice. Oh, Sorb, they are on top of 4 now. Ice, 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 Sheepstick, one way and the other. Nando still maybe in a little bit of trouble. They get the lift up, trying to push him away. Ice, Ice is still on top of it, but he's already been brought down now. The A Blast able to kill him off, trying to chase a bit further. This is going to be Rubik dropping low, but not dead as of yet, so they lose Ice, 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 but weren't able to really get anything for it.
Yep, and Execration still holding on to 2 RPs. This is looking very scary for Faceless. I think this late game actually favors Execration quite heavily.
And I feel like a lot of it comes down to that Midas pickup for Ancient Apparition, because he's been able to pick up all these other items.
Yep. Although, to be fair, XY is also really freaking fun.
Yeah.
Although it is mostly the Scepter aiding in that overall net worth.
Well, in the meantime, 8,000 gold on Black, has the Bloodthorn queued up. We'll see if that's what he decides to go for. Nando is 3-shotting these Alchemist Illusions with MKB and everything else online for him. They could think about going in on this, but Nando does not feel afraid.
Look how much damage he does with the Empower.
That is so absurd. And CM is like over here to the side. Can't really do anything to stop this. They're looking to take the tier 2 tower. They're not going to be denied.
Yeah. We're 63 minutes into this game. A tier 2 tower is not a big deal.
Yeah.
Roshan is up. I think Faceless should contest this. I don't think you want to give up Cheese and Aegis.
Can they get it in time, though? I mean, they're moving in. They want to take it. They will all be grouped up.
Ice will be back in 1 second. Yeah, they're going to have to run.
All right, moving in. Yeah, and it looks like Nando, he realizes what could come their way. They're not going to end up sticking around, but they at least force a rotation. With Clockwork hanging out on the side, CM still hasn't gotten her Aghanim Scepter yet.
Oh,
another one chewed
Aghanim's
forward.
Or E-Blade combo comes out now.
Brought him down to about half HP there.
Yeah, that was only because it would have done even more, but XY Lotus Orb the ethereal effect off himself.
We'll take that.
Now movement towards the mid. Oh, they have a creep wave down bottom. Okay, this is pretty big. They are going to try and move up towards high ground and expecting some type of TP play, I guess.
They see him. This is going to be big.
All right, they're on
RP's
top of
gonna
it.
come.
Black, there's the lift, there's the catch. They're on top of him, but the ice jump in. Is it going to be able to be enough to turn the tides of this? Already, the gyrocopter's gone. Nando tries to pull out the ulti, wasn't able to get it as of yet. Gabby keeping that separation. You have another jump in right now, and RP available from DJ, but the rest of Faceless is already gone. Another great find, and Black gets caught out.
It doesn't matter how farmed you are right now. There's just so much damage. You could itemize however you want. You are not going to survive if you get jumped like that.
All right, but we have to keep our eyes on this as well. Tier 4s are being hit right now, and there is more than enough gold to go for a rapier, go for a backdoor play, and try and take down the throne. Like, all of these heroes...
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna come to that though.
You don't think
I
so?
don't think Execration will let that happen.
All right.
Because they only they only have one lane of racks down, so I don't think they'll actually reach this point where their map control would be so bad that Faceless are gonna be allowed to make a play like that.
We'll have to keep our eyes on it again. Keep in mind, this is Execration, who is not completely eliminated from these qualifiers. If they win this game, they are going to move to 3-4, and 4 losses is kind of that middle ground where if everything else plays out the way that we've been expecting it, and we see Execration still manage to take games off of GeekFam as well as the Open Qualifier team, they will end up in a tiebreaker scenario with several other teams across the board, which would mean we'd have to go to a couple of tiebreakers. So, fighting for their life, they're not out of it yet.
Yep. And Magnus is up to 5,700 gold. Octarine?
Sure. Why not?
I don't. This is like the hardest time to itemize.
Yeah.
When you're 70 minutes into the game, you have so much money, you need buyback. What do you buy?
I mean, it's all, the utility is so much value, but you're running out of item slots as well.
Yeah. He still needs a monopole though, so I think he should actually either maybe upgrade a Shadow Blade to Silver Red.
I mean, the big things here, RPs to watch. What else do we need to keep our eyes out for? Is there anything in particular that, like Sheep Sticks and Lotus Orbs coming out into play?
It really just all comes down to, it doesn't matter if it's an RP or not. It just needs to be something that can hold, I would say, I don't even think Alchemist is a threat at this point anymore. You need to kill this Gyro.
Okay.
So as long as Ice Blast connects to the Gyro, I think Execration have a very good chance of winning this team fight.
All right, they have a homing missile onto Nando. Bottom lane was pushing in by Gabby just a little bit earlier, and now trying to kill off the homing missile. It does end up connecting. They get the chains. XY dropped low. About half HP from that. Shrines are still here as well. It's a scary movement in to try and take this fight, but They do have Force Staff as well as Blink from Mag to make this work. And the TP goes back again. Gabby needing to keep this lane pushed out. He has a Remnant to get in here as well. Shadow Blade from DJ. He is in the midst of the Radiance there. He might need to pop his BKB to be able to get into range to go for it. Nando in trouble. That's Aegis already down. They missed the hook shot, though, so aren't going to be able to find it. They need to go in here and save him. Nando taking so much damage, and he is going to fall. They pop the BKB and decide to run. A very tough go. They're trying to TP into Shrines. Ice 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 wants to find somebody. Who's he going to get? And Leemic maybe, possibly. He ends up finding Mag. DJ somehow, some way. There was, was there any vision?
There's a ward, yes. Yeah, okay.
Are you sure?
It's over here.
Okay, over here, yeah. He spotted him moving up.
Okay. I was just going to...
Well, in the meantime, Gabby trying to bring down Black, goes in for the Remnant. Oh, BKB comes off in time. And immediately Satanic's backed up to full.
You see how fast he healed because of the side cutter?
Yeah.
Damn, what a hook. Ice Ice Ice.
What a hook, what a player.
But, you know, honestly, I don't think it really amounts to too much anyways. They get a kill on him. Magnus has minus respawn timer as his level 25 talent. This game is still very much even.
There's buybacks across the board.
Oh, actually, no, I lied. It does amount to something. Yeah, they can force out buybacks right now.
We'll see. If they can take down the Shadow Fiend's buyback, it would certainly be worth it.
Yeah, there's a Shadow Fiend buyback they need to get rid of. Magnus will be up. Actually, this, you know, the scary thing is that they might not actually have to make Shadow Fiend buyback because the Magnus alone with the rest of his team is actually enough to win a team fight 4v5, I believe.
Dire's top tower is under
But
attack.
if he gets a good RP, I'm pretty sure Shadow Fiend will buy back.
Oh my god, Black barely getting that Glimmer Cape off, and they're actually going to
XY?
force him forward. XY in trouble is ended up getting Force-staffed himself forward by virtue of that Lotus Orb, and now that's going to be a dead CM. So they take the tier 3 tower, but cannot take the racks. And did they get the buyback of the Shadow Fiend there?
No one had to buy back.
Yeah.
I think as long as Magnus is up, they have to really respect that.
Each of these SCA games, it's 70 minutes for this one. We had like 2 other 70 or 60-minute games that happened a little bit earlier. They don't want to stay on schedule in this region.
Oh boy.
11,000 net worth on, or excuse me, gold in the Gyrocopter's coffers right now.
How come he hasn't? I'm surprised he's not buying Moonshard.
Yeah, what the hell? I mean, there's no way. I guess he wants to save for one big thing, maybe. Oh God, Rubik. Oh. Okay. XY just wanted to punch a creep first. That's fine.
Awkward.
I mean, Shadow Fiend has certainly bought a Moon Shard for himself.
Well, Jabs is starting to transition now. He has bought. He sold his. He sold the. Oh no, he didn't sell it. He just moved away his Radiance.
Yeah.
Is now holding on to AC. Pulls out his Radiance just to use it on his Manta.
And up here in the top lane, Execration continuing to try and keep these creep waves pushed. Still very much anybody's game. It's almost to the point for me like where, like Roche certainly matters, but way more important than any of that is the vision that you have, the movement around the map. Like
when you're this late into the game, it all comes down to buybacks.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to now.
Because even if you do end up like getting the Aegis, if you die in a bad position, you're going to die twice.
Right.
We do have the Bloodthorn picked up for the Clockwork. Super late game. And TP Boots level 2. They're pressuring in. I mean, they're in there.
Yeah, this mid lane.
They actually might end up just being able to go for this. They're thinking about it.
No one is coming back. Oh, that trophy.
Are they going to make this move? I mean, they don't have vision. They don't know where they're at. There's a Dire scan, so now Dire realize where all of Faceless is. Can they find that initiation they're looking for? XY on the high ground. Nando walks into him. There's the initiation. Stunned up there as well. RP, it's only onto XY, though. Not nearly enough, and they haven't been able to control Black. But now they got Jabs and Black. Nando on top of him, but the BKBs have already come off. They already have used the Ice Blast. They don't have it. Nando's going to go down. They have buybacks on these heroes. But they got the BKBs off, and you couldn't find it. Gabby trying to get something, but there's the Sheepstick, and Ember is brought low as well.
Oh my goodness.
What?
That was such a big mistake. They cannot ice blast like that. It is so important that you connect that skill on the RP. And that was 2 RPs committed and no one was hit by the ice blast.
Yeah.
I'm starting to agree with you. I think that Refresher might have been the choice. It gives you more room for error.
Certainly what you need in this instance.
I mean, you can't fault them. These kind of games you cannot practice for.
Yeah. You end up going for the 3 charges, Ancient Apparition of the Cold Feet. I don't think it's going to be enough to sort of solve the problems that are inherent with their draft. They're going to end up losing both sets of the top barracks here. Black taking a good bit of damage, hasn't popped Satanic yet or BKB. But the question is, will they be able to find anything else off the back of this? They're saving the Shadow Fiend's buyback. Man, what a disaster there.
Well, no Refresher on Magnus, only 1 RP. Bottom lane, he hooks him in. Gabby's gonna get caught out again.
What? Oh, all of the disable.
Oh my goodness, that's no buyback.
That's
Is
2
that
minutes.
how it ends?
Are you kidding me?
This
Literally
Clockwork
just
build.
a hook shot in.
Well, it's because he has Bloodthorn and Abyssal Blade. Even if he has BKB, and the bigger mistake is that he was pushing the lane out without his Lincolns. If that's the case, you're definitely gonna die.
Oh, wow. All it takes in these types of games, as you mentioned over and over again,
It's
is
the
one
buyback.
mistake. And
Yeah.
they can still win a team fight with RPs here. And you have 1. You only get 1 shot. It's your Eminem moment, DJ. Make it work.
Oh man. He still has buyback, so you know, even if he hits 1 RP, dies, he can buy back, and there is a chance that his Refresher will be up for a second one.
If you rebuy Refresher, does it creep you a new one? Oh, Ice, Ice, Ice. He's in on top of
He caught
Nando.
out the Ancient Apparition. If Ancient Apparition dies here,
Looking for it, trying to find it. They can hold with Mega Creeps too.
Yep.
I mean, they might end up getting Mega Creeped here, but I think they can still hold on without it. DJ looking for that opening.
Oh, they're
XY
gonna
is
catch out the
there. They're
AA.
on the AA. They need to find this. DJ, he's silenced up. He pops his BKB, turns to fight. Skewer forward. He catches 2, but it's
everyone's
not
already
going to be
dead.
enough. A blast. It does connect, but there is no follow, and it did not hit the Alchemist. They're buying back on everybody, but it might just be about it as they have been able to finish
boy.
this one off. AA gone. They're buying Necro Books. They just want to stop this from happening, but Tier 4s are down, and Faceless end up taking it in a thriller 76 minutes in.
RP?
Maybe? Push? Oh, they wanted to combo. It's not there, though.
I mean, what combo is there? He had 18 souls. There's no damage.
Yeah.
Oh man, and that's how it ends.
Execration. They put up a hell of a fight.
They really did. Props to them. I mean, honestly, I did not see them coming this far. I mean, this in terms of this match at least.
Yeah. And they go out at the end of the days. There's a ton of incredibly talented teams in this group stage. They're going to, I believe, be knocked out now, as well as close to it, Team Bazaar and Team Bazaar Youth. I haven't seen what the rest of the results are yet, so we don't know for sure. But the big 4 that are still there are Geek Fam, Mineski, TNC Pro, and Clutch, with Faceless remaining perfect. How impressed with you are them, and do you think that, I mean, it's hard to tell what it's going to translate to like in the international scene, but how good do you think Faceless are?
As strong as they look in this region, I think that there is potential for top 8, but only around the 8th place position, in my opinion. If they make it there, that's where I would place them right now.
Okay.
Because, I mean, we haven't seen a lot of the other big teams perform in quite some time.
Right.
But we all know just how scary, you know, OG is. Recently, Liquid put on a great show. Was that a Starlighter?
Yeah.
Yeah. That, I mean,
Lumi, what are you doing?
Lumi.
Lumi's been hanging out and just like sitting in the corner over here watching the game, and he turned on a highlight. He's crazy. Well, all right, top 8 is what you're saying. I am kind of the same opinion. We'll see how they end up doing, but for now at least, it's into the playoffs. They still have to make it through the rest of these teams who are going to put up quite a fight. Any final words here, Mr. Aosin?
I I think this game really shows the experience from Ice Ice Ice.
Yeah.
If I had to pick an MVP, Ice 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 pretty much carried this game at the end game
Yeah.
with his item choice and his crucial pickoffs. If he can pretty much get the rest of his team up to his level of decision making for these kind of situations, then I would probably move them up in the rankings. But right now, I think their biggest drawback is just that not everyone is as experienced as Ice Ice Ice.
Okay. Well, I think that we are going to call it good from there. And I believe that we are going to hop into EU qualifiers if you are watching on the BTS1 stream. BTS3 is going to continue to be Southeast Asian Dota, best Dota. We'll see you guys a little bit later for more from the Kiev major qualifiers.